love the Lord. He heard my cry. Well, like I mentioned, didn't know if I'd ever get to come back to St. Sabina. Didn't know I'd get to go back anywhere. But the Lord is good. Mercy endured forever. It's so good to be here. I love St. Sabina. Roman Catholic, Baptist, Methodist, holy sanctified, Christian loving people. God bless you. Glad to have a lot of my family here today. I've been hanging out in Chicago pretty good. Week before last, up here with the Alphas. And this past week with the NEA. Same time, members of my family gather here. Members of my wife's mother's family, and here with the St. Sabina family. The members of my mother was a Fackler, and these are her folks. Stand up, Fackler, to see how many of you here. Stand up, good, God bless them. Good. All right. That old brother Fackler and all the fellas, a lot of them couldn't get here. I don't know. They're more than that here. I don't know where they are. They lost somewhere between here and McCormick. And then my wife's family, her cousin passed. And she was able to be here for the funeral. The Tuckers. Oh, there's some Tuckers here too. Oh, there they are. Bless your heart. Glad to see you. He taught school around in this neighborhood. Glad to be here. So my children are here. All my children. Stand up, children. Children. My sister is here. Stand up, Doris. She lived right around here somewhere. And then the love of my life. Without her, I couldn't have made it. Evelyn, stand up. That's enough now. I can't get through the sermon. I don't need this chair, but I have it in case. When I'm just going to preach 10 or 15 minutes, I don't even. When I'm going to preach 2 hours, like today, I need a chair. As good as this is Independence Day weekend, when our eyes are turned toward the nation. And my book, which is available. Where is the book going to be available? In the back? All right, I would move it down here in front where they can get to it. Book is called Singing the Lord's Song in the Strange Land. It's taken from the 137th Psalm. You remember that psalm when it's a song of the exile. It's a lament. Yes. Soaked in sorrow, anchored in anguish. In another cultural context, this song could be called the blues. Y'all don't know the blues, and people don't know the blues. I like the blues. I'm like Mahalia, I don't stop with the blues, because the blues doesn't tell the whole story. See, I may be blue, but I won't be blue always. But then it doesn't tell why. That's why we have to bring Jesus in. He's the reason. But the Israelites were held captive in Babylon, 137th Psalm. And that's the land of Sodom. The saga of the Israelites in many ways parallels us history as black folks. But there's some ways where it cuts off. And one of these ways is here. The children of Israel were in prison, but they tried to hold on to their faith, which was back in Zion. And the pagans, the barbarians in Babylon, sought to separate them from their faith. But they had a longing for Zion that the Babylonians could not obliterate nor obnubilate. I don't know what obnubilate means, but it sounds like a good word to use in St. Sabina. Intelligentsia, and so forth. Father Flecker got in trouble again as soon as I left. He stays in trouble more than any priest I know. But that's a good thing. Good thing. That's the kind of trouble we got in when we were trying to get out of Babylon. I'm thankful for his ministry, and I know you are. And I told him, well, next time he got in trouble, call me. I'll go up here and get my gang. And we'll rock this Roman Catholic hierarchy. I understand there may be a bishop here today worshiping with us. Wait, stand up, bishop. Hey, pretty good looking bishop too, ain't he? Not a bad looking bishop. I had a few problems with bishops in my day. But the Israelites wouldn't let them cut them off from Zion. They held on to Zion. They had a longing in their hearts for freedom back in Zion, like we did in slavery and under the yoke of segregation. No matter what the external, we had an internal that defied the infernal and kept our soul and our eyes on the eternal. There was a burning, a yearning, a flame, and the dogs couldn't bite out. Fire hoses couldn't wash out. Billy clubs couldn't beat out. Jails couldn't lock out. Bombs couldn't blast out. And that's what the Israelites had in this, and the Babylonians said, sing us one of them songs. of Zion. It's interesting, the oppressor always wants the oppressed to entertain them. Isn't that interesting? Come on and sing us one of them songs of Zion. Sing us one of them old spirituals. Sing us one. But we understand that. See, what we are, we learn, we have to live in two worlds at one time. Existentially. And that's what happened for us. We had one foot in Jordan, and the other one was in Canaan. What he said, on Jordan's stormy banks I stand, but I cast a wishful eye toward Canaan, fair and happy land, where my possessions lie. We learn how to live in two worlds, always. But we kept our faith in a God who is faithful. We don't give God credit enough for being faithful. We have faith, but God is faithful. You can count on God. He's not going to let you down. And here they were, the Israelites said, sing us one of them songs of Zion. And that's where our history is part. The Israelites said, we can't sing. How can we sing the Lord's song in this strange land? And they hung their harps on the willow tree and wept. But we didn't. We sang. We sang the songs of Zion. And it helped us through. And it converted some of them. So our history is part of that. We sang the Lord's song. And that's what my book is about. That's what the title is. Singing the Lord's song in a strange land. Our music is not designed to entertain, but it's entertaining. But we have to remember that the purpose of our music is to spread the good news. It's to tell folks there's a balm in Gilead. Our music, both the old spirituals and the new gospel, we have to be careful with the new gospel. Don't let the beat wipe out the meat. I like the beat, but don't forget the meat. Beat all you want. You eat nothing better. I love the Lord. But don't let it wipe out the meat. In terms of this new millennium we're in, in terms of Independence Day and the nationhood, we're here looking at a nation that needs somebody to sing the Lord's song. Our nation has become a strange land. Look at what happened during the economic crisis. Pulled the cover off the corruption in our financial institutions. Exposed the callous regard the powers have for the poor. And we've come today to sing the Lord's song again in this strange land. See, strange land is more than geography. Any situation that denies the sovereignty of God is a strange land. Any government or policy that denies the dignity of God's children is a strange land. Any policies that are based on a people's color rather than their character is a strange land. Any condition that places the material above the spiritual is a strange land. In a system of economics where less than 20% of the people own and control more than 80% of the wealth is a strange land. Our nation has become strange. During this financial crisis, we've discovered how corrupt the financial system is. Stealing, a man stole $50 billion. How you steal $50 billion? I can't even count that high. We've become corrupt. And somebody, children of God particularly, are called to sing the Lord's song in a strange land. Singing the Lord's song is more than music. Singing the Lord's song is doing the right thing. Singing the Lord's song is turning the other cheek. But we know that an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth leave us all blind and snaggletooth. Gumming our food. Singing the Lord's song is holding on to a faith that will not shrink, though pressed by every foe. Our cities and our nation and in our nation have become a strange land. Our schools have become strange. Our young people are taking on some of the strange characteristics of the land in which we live. And somebody got to sing the Lord's song. Our children, I worry about, and I worry about us, particularly black folks. We're going to killing ourselves. That's not our thing. Might kill each other, but we ain't going to kill ourselves. We haven't been doing that. That's something new we picked up, I guess, since integration. We didn't learn it from all white folk. We learned it from that white folks, few white folks, who you can't put all white folks in the same boat. Father Flegger. He about the blackest white dude I know. The church must sing the Lord's song. The nation is suffering from new levels of corruption. And even when we call ourselves being charitable, we've not moved to the level of love. The new translations don't say straight faith, hope, and charity. They say faith, hope, and what? Faith, hope, and what? Love. Love is more powerful than charity. Charity is seasonal. Love is from everlasting to everlasting. Charity is expedient. Love is essential. Charity give a hungry man a fish sandwich. Love will teach him how to fish. Love will get him a job training so he can get a job and earn money and buy his own fish, buy his own fishing equipment. But love won't stop there. Love will see that the water in which he fishes is not polluted. Love is more powerful than charity. So we come today to call upon the children of God. Sing the Lord's song in this strange land. Somebody need to hear you sing your Lord's song. Livable wage is singing the Lord's song. Minimum wage is a strange land. I don't like no minimum nothing. My wife kissed me goodbye the other night. Minimum kiss. I told her, come here, I'm going to give it back to you. You take it. I want no minimum. She said, can you handle it? Try me and see. Livable wage is the Lord's song. Maximum opportunity, health insurance. Strange land when every administration we've had tried to address the health issue. Nobody could do it till a fellow named Obama. And now that he's done it, they don't want it. Strange land. Somebody got to sing the Lord's song in that strange land. Sometimes the church, excuse me, I forgot how to say about it. Can't keep that kind of noise. I don't can stand it. But like, try and see. Sometimes the church can become a strange land. Sometimes people who exercise power in the church have lost their sensitivities to the reason the church was born. Church was born in a manger. Ministering under the least of these. Jesus didn't want us to be confused about who he was and where he was. He said, I was hungry and you didn't feed me. I was thirsty and you didn't give me drink. I was in prison. You didn't come to see about me. Those who have gotten into power in some of our churches have forgotten the reason the church was born. Least of these. So, what do you mean, Lord? We wouldn't see you hungry and not feed you. We wouldn't see you naked and not clothe you. And Jesus said, yeah, but you did, inasmuch as you didn't do it unto the least of these. In my neighborhoods, in my barrios, in my ghetto, inasmuch as you didn't do it unto the least of these, you didn't do it unto me. When you saw them, you saw me. How can it's become a strange land. Somebody got to sing the Lord's song in a strange land. Sometimes home can become a strange land. I believe I meddle a little bit. Sometimes our home can get to be strange places. Somebody got to sing the Lord's song when the home becomes a strange land. This couple I knew had gotten estranged and in trouble, and the wife decided she'd go to church one night, revival, and she got religion while she's there. The preacher preached about singing the Lord's song, and she decided she was going home and sing the Lord's song. She went home and fixed him a hot supper, put his house shoes out, bathrobe. He came and he went back out and looked at the address on the door. Make sure he was in the right house, and it was the right number, sure enough. And they became a loving couple again. In fact, they had 2 more children, old as they were. Singing the Lord's song can produce strange things. God can take away our burdens. If we sing the Lord's song, God can find a way out of no way. We sing the Lord's song. Don't hang it on the willow tree. We've always sang the Lord's song. Don't stop now. Even when we sing the blues, We put the Lord in there. I may be blue, but I won't be blue always. Sun gonna shine in my back door someday. I like them old low-down blue, you know, so let me be your little dog till your big dog do come home. I know you don't know that, I know that, but where I come from, so let me be your little dog till your big dog do come. Say if he stay away long enough, he won't have no home at all. But the blues is not where we express our faith at its best. Its power. It's in those songs in the church. Lord, I'm so glad. Trouble don't last always. My hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and right. I dare not trust the sweetest frame, but only lean on Jesus' name. On Christ, the solid rock I stand. All of the ground is sinking sand. I didn't know you could do that in St. Sabina. All of the ground. That's how we kept the fire burning. That's how we kept our bellies solid when there was nothing to put in them. God put his love and made a way out of no way. Singing the Lord's song in a strange land. My hope is built on nothing else. And singing the Lord's song is knowing how it's going to come out. You don't have to worry about how it's going to come out. You sit around here worrying about what's going to happen. God's going to make everything all right. Don't worry about it. God has on Calvary. God fixed it. I was looking the other day, and you know, we got to learn to renew that spirit of each other that gave us power. I know I was pulling for, in the NBA the other day, I was pulling for the Miami Heat. After I knew Chicago couldn't make it out. I decided to pull for the Miami Heat. And all them stars they had, King James and all them fellas, but they lost. You know why they lost? They had the stars, but the Mavericks had the team. You and I, we're going to work out all these problems as soon as we learn to turn to each other and not on each other. As soon as we learn to work, the stars are all right, but the team is what wins the victories. Star might make a good whoop and a good dunk, but the team makes the plays and keeps the defense sharp and wins the victory. The team will turn everything around. I remember at one point doing the game, Dirk, what his name, Dirk? Dirk hadn't made but 2 out of 9. And he was on the bench, and still the Mavericks were leading by 9 points because the team was working. The stars are all right, but the team knows how to be here. When you go there, I go here. When you go up, I go down. When you go sideways, I go sideways. The team knows how to work together. We got to learn how to work together as a team and solve all our problems. And then as I take my seat, I want you to know, singing the Lord's song, you know how it's going to come out. Don't worry about how it's going to come out. You just do what you're supposed to do. God's going to make it come out. I was watching the Wimbledon. You know what? Both the Williams sisters got beat. That's all right. I know how it's going to come out. One day, long years ago, I was watching the Wimbledon, and a fellow named Arthur Ashe was playing. That my little baby daughter over there, her friend Lisa Young, and the young daughter, and Blanche Blackwell, Randy Blackwell, no, they were at my house one Sunday, and the Wimbledon was on, and the Lord gave me a short sermon. And I was appreciated because I wanted to get home and help Arthur. Now, you all think I was pulling for Arthur because he was black. You're partly right. But there's another reason. I pulled for Arthur because he was older than that fella Jimmy Connor. I figure if Arthur don't win this time, he may never get another chance. And so I was pulling for him. And I got home, I said, honey, can I take my dinner in the den? She said, you told me we were going to eat together. I said, darling, we are. Start next Sunday afternoon. We're never going to miss eating together again. But right now, let me help Arthur. And I went in there and sat down and started to help Arthur. I was nervous. Arthur wasn't doing any good. I was going back and forth. I put sugar on my collard greens, salt in my coffee. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. And finally, my daughter said, Daddy. I said, what is it? She said, Daddy, it's all right. I said, what you mean it's all right? She said, it's all right. I said, listen, you better hush. Let me help Arthur. She said, but Daddy, I don't want you to have a heart attack. Everything's all right. I said, what you mean everything's all right? She said, it's all right. This game was played in England several hours ago. This is a replay. Arthur won the battle. Arthur is the champion. God gonna make everything all right. Go ahead, Saint Sabina. Sing the Lord's song. God gonna make everything all right. Yes, He is. He gonna make everything all right. When clouds get dark, He's got a sun lining coming to make everything all right. I got to quit now because I'm in St. Sabina. If I was in Atlanta, I'd holler, oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Take care of me, Lord. Help me sing the Lord's song in a strange land. Somebody may not want to hear it, but I got to sing it anyhow. Sing the Lord's song. God gonna turn the midnights into days. He gonna make everything all right. Sing the Lord's song. God gonna make a way out of no way. God, Justin, God gonna make everything all right. Yes, He is. Sing the Lord's song in a strange land. Let me get out and sing somebody. Bishop, I didn't do much wrong, did I? Can we make it all right, Bishop? Is everything all right, Bishop?
Come on, let's hear it for Dr. Lowery. He's been singing the Lord's song for a long time.